Hey girls, I wanted to put together a video on how to do your own bridal makeup. And you're probably thinking, oh my word, I would never ever do my own makeup for the biggest day of my life. But I'm here 2 weeks later after my big day, and I'm telling you, you can totally do it. I did it. I was very much a budget bride. I did a lot of things myself when it came to my wedding, and my hair and makeup were a couple of those things as well. So of course I used all Younique products for my flawless big day look. I kept it very neutral, very spring, since it was a March wedding and it was in the afternoon, it was outside. I didn't want to have anything too heavy, and I didn't want to wear anything that I wouldn't normally wear. I didn't want to look completely different walking down the aisle. But of course I did want to look great, as it was my big day, and wanted to have everything kind of coordinate with colors and my dress and everything like that. So today's video is just going to be a quick video on the products that I used for my wedding, and obviously everybody has a different idea for what their wedding makeup is going to look like, but I wanted to keep it pretty neutral and you know, very light. So right now, as you can see, I have no makeup on, and you know, this is a big deal that I even don't have any makeup on, and I'm showing this to potentially hundreds of people. But I wanted to show you, you know, every step that I took when I was doing my makeup for my wedding. So the only thing I do have on right now is our glorious eye and face primer. This is a must-have for anyone who is doing their makeup for a special occasion. I actually wear this every single day. I have very oily skin. I have giant pores, and this primer is amazing. It fills in those holes, it makes everything really smooth, and it just creates a very nice canvas for any makeup that I wear. If I do ever go out without makeup, I do still wear this, as it just kind of buffs everything out and takes a lot of the redness out of my skin, and just, you know, gives me a nice smooth face. So how you wear this is, obviously you do your normal cleansing routine in the morning: cleanse, tone, moisturize, let your moisturizer kind of dry, and then I put this on before I do my hair so that it has time to set. And actually, anything that's left over on my fingers from putting this on, I run through my hair. It's great to kind of tame any flyaways. So that's the first thing. Next is, I personally use, let me just grab it here, the Mineral Touch Cream Foundation. The reason that I use this over something else is because, again, I have oily skin, and this cream foundation is a matte foundation, so it you know, doesn't enhance any kind of oiliness on my skin. It has a heavier coverage, which I need because, as you can see, I have sunspots from living in Florida on my forehead. I have acne scars. I break out once in a while, and I have some redness in my skin. So I want to make sure that I have a heavier coverage versus a BB cream or just a mineral powder makeup. So it comes with a sponge. Yes, I use my sponge. Some people don't, but I do. And put this on. So I'm just pushing it into my skin, making sure that I get it everywhere into my hairline. And my hair is everywhere, so let me just get out of the way. I wear Velour. It has more of a yellow base. I feel like it really helps to cover the redness in my skin, like I said I had. And it's really hard to talk and put makeup on at the same time, so sorry about that. But I actually don't use any kind of concealer. I feel like the cream foundation does such a great job covering that I don't need to use a concealer, and I actually wear the pressed powder over this, you'll see. So once I do that, I mean, I have really, really great coverage, so I don't feel like I need a concealer Sometimes I feel like concealers kind of actually draw more attention to the spot you're trying to conceal versus covering it. So just getting all this. I feel like the cream foundation is a great base for the pressed powder. And also, I like to use this little blending bud to get under my eyes because it's hard to get under my eyes with the applicator that comes with this. So what you do, I'm sure most of you know how to use blending buds. They're all over the internet right now. They're the hottest thing on the market. You just kind of run it under warm water, squeeze it about 10 to 15 times. You don't want it to be sopping wet, but you want it to be damp. I always kind of dry it a little bit in my towel before I use it. And I literally just kind of like push it in here, and then I push it under my eyes. The key to using a blending bud is to press and dab versus wiping, because when you wipe, you're just kind of wiping it off. So you just want to press it into your skin to see it's covering those dark circles. You can see the difference. I also press it in around my nose because that seems to be a part that is hard to reach. Any hard to reach areas you can use this for. Let me get my other eye. And this is nice and small. We actually have a little combo deal. It comes with 2 different sizes. The pink one is a smaller size for places like your under eyes and around your nose and things like that. And then we have a purple one that's a bigger size to use for foundation if you want to. So that's the foundation portion of it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over my foundation with the pressed powder. Again, I wear this. Woo, my hair is crazy. I wear this in the Velour. And I just started using this pressed powder. I haven't used pressed powder probably since high school. And I'm wondering why I haven't used it since then, because it's amazing. It works so well with this cream foundation. What it does, I feel like it just kind of fills in, because it is a powder, it fills in everything and just makes everything look so smooth and flawless. So I would say this is a step not to skip, because it just goes ahead and like smooths everything out, fills everything in, and gives you that flawless look that you're wanting for your big day. Now, if you're wanting even more coverage, you can use our BB cream as a base, then use the cream foundation, and then use the pressed powder over it. But it's totally up to you, whatever your preference is. See how this just kind of smooths everything out and gives my face a really nice, soft look. And it doesn't feel like I have layers of makeup on. It doesn't look like I have layers of makeup on. It doesn't feel like I have layers of makeup on. And the amazing thing is that on my wedding day, it was outside. It was almost 90 degrees. I had a huge dress on. I was sweating, and you couldn't tell that I was hot and sweaty. My face stayed flawless the whole day, and I don't have my pictures back yet from my photographer, but when I do, I'll definitely share them with all of you so you can see I'm totally not lying to you. My face stayed, everything, all my makeup stayed in place all day long, and I didn't use airbrushing, I didn't do anything special. I did exactly what I'm showing you today. So those are the, 2 foundation steps that I took. Now, before I go further, I'm going to put on my mascara. And the reason I'm going to do that before I put on my eye makeup and anything else is because Sometimes the mascara can, the little fibers can fall while you're putting it on, or like mascara gets up here and you don't want to mess up your eyeshadow. So by putting it on before anything else, you have the opportunity to just kind of clean everything up and then move forward. So you've all heard about Younique's 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. I'm not gonna, try to sell you on it. It pretty much sells itself. We know it's a two-step process. We know that it's naturally based, that it uses green tea fibers, and really you can really make your lashes look super fab by layering the stuff on. So what I would suggest for a special occasion or for your wedding day, you're taking a lot of pictures. Everyone loves that fake lash look for the wedding day. So I would suggest putting on a couple of coats. I'm pretty sure I did 2 coats for my wedding. So you know how to put it on. We put on the gel first. You want to cover every lash. The gel is, it's a lot like a regular mascara kind of material. And then before that dries, you put your fibers on mid to tip. This is going to give you that extra length that you're looking for. And I'm doing this really quick, and it's really hard to do in a webcam. So it's probably not going to look perfect. Then we seal it in with another layer of the gel. And see, I've got mascara on my eyeball. Not my eyeball, but my eyelid. Then you want to give yourself more drama, so you're going to put more on. And then seal that in again. And then the best trick with this mascara is to blast your lashes with a low setting on your blow dryer for like 5 to 10 seconds, and it seals it and dries it so that you don't have fibers falling on your face all day. Just a little tip that I've shared with you before. So right now this looks messy because I'm doing it quick. I'm having a hard time doing it in my webcam, and this is why we do it before we put everything on. So what I'm going to do to clean it up, it's simple. I'm going to take my primer, I'm going to take a Q-tip. I'm going to put a little bit of primer on my Q-tip, just a tad, kind of rub it around, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to clean this up. We've got it way up here, and we got it right here. And there you go. There's one eye done. So now let me quickly do the other eye, and then we'll get going on eyeshadow. So again, gel, fibers, gel. This eye is always harder for me, I don't know. And I feel like the lashes on this eye are shorter than the lashes on my right eye. It's really weird, but kind of like people who have one leg shorter than the other. That's kind of how I feel about these lashes. Let me just do this really quick, you guys. I'm sorry. Mid to tip. Always do it mid to tip unless you're wanting your lashes to look thicker versus longer. Then you can start from the bottom and work your way up. I'm gonna go back over them. The mascara face is inevitable. With your mouth hanging open, we all do it. If you have a trick that you use to not do it, please share in the comments below. Honestly, you guys, you know you can put on as many layers of this mascara as you would like. So I'm just doing 2 because anything more than that I feel like is a little out of my comfort zone. But everyone has their own preference. So you just layer it on however much you want. I'm just gonna do the bottom lashes really quick here. Okay, so I have my lashes on. I think I did better on this side, like not making a mess of myself. Alright, so I have my mascara on. Now we can do all the fun, pretty stuff. So, like I said, I kept my makeup pretty neutral and natural looking. I didn't want to do anything too dramatic or dark since it was during the day, it was outside, and it was a spring wedding. We have these new Splurge cream eyeshadows, and I'm obsessed. I use this every day now. It's amazing, and it seems like a little, but you literally use just a tiny bit. I swear this eyeshadow is going to last me like 6 to 8 months. No problem, using it every day. I don't use a brush for it. I'm kind of a finger applicator type person, so I literally just take a little bit on my finger and I put it all over my eyelid. I love to have a shimmer as my base. That's just the kind of makeup that I like, and I love to have a shimmer right under my eyebrow. It really helps define the shape of my brow and just gives me a nice highlight. This color is called Elegant, and it's kind of like a light gold. Really goes well with any shadow. So I love using this as a base and of course giving me that highlight. I think it is super pretty for bridal makeup. When you're doing bridal makeup, you can of course incorporate some shimmer and it's okay. I like shimmer all the time because who doesn't love glitter? But this is literally all that I do. I just put it on my whole lid and up to my brow. Okay, so that's the first step. This stuff's awesome. You guys, it's new. It just came out in March and everybody loves it. We've got one color available. I think every month a new color is going to become available. So the Elegant, I think this would be great for any skin tone. Light skin, dark skin, medium skin. The color is a very neutral color, so you could wear it by itself. You could wear it with other colors like I'm going to do. It's just all around like a really solid color. So another color that I think is definitely a bridal color is our Moodstruck Pigment in Sexy. It's a shimmer color again. It has a very light pink tint to it. I love it. I think it's gorgeous for a highlight. I think it's gorgeous for a wedding color. So what I'm going to do is use a brush, and I'm going to put it in this part of my eyelid and then cover my lid as well. I just want it to kind of go up above where my eyelid ends. So the best way to apply our pigments is to use our rose water to spray your brush. I'm running out, but this makes, you can then kind of make a paste with the pigments, and it actually helps to keep your pigments from creasing, and it helps them to stay on a lot longer. So again, I'm going to go just above the crease here and over the lid. A little really does go a long way. It's such a light color. Super pretty. And again, this is one of my colors that I wear a lot of. Sometimes I use this as my brow highlight. It's just so light. It's a great spring color. It's a great highlight color. So I'm just going above my crease and covering the lid. And I'm going to go back and probably use this as a corner highlight later when I'm finished. So we've used the cream shadow in Elegant. We've used the Mood Struck pigment in Sexy. Now I'm going to use a Mood Struck pigment in, it's a brown color. It's called Infatuated. Just tap a little in your lid. It looks dark, but when you apply it, it's like a layer effect. The more that you apply, the darker it gets. So I'm going to do this on the outside V of my lid here and kind of push it into my crease. It's a very neutral color. It's a matte color, so it doesn't have that shimmer, but we've got enough shimmer underneath that it doesn't take the shimmer away. So I'm just pushing it into my crease and I'm doing the outside corner. Very, very neutral. I'm going to go back over it and maybe do another layer. Our pigments are awesome because they're mineral pigments, so they're not harmful for your skin. And you know, when you're putting things close to your eye, you want to be very careful of what kind of products you use and what kind of chemicals are in your products. So that's why I love the pigments, because they are natural and they're minerals, so they're good for you. So that's really it for the shadow. I don't want to do anything too heavy, like I said. I want to have that shimmer that's probably hard to see on the camera here. But there's a shimmer, there's, you know, the neutral color in the corners, and it just, with my blue eyes, kind of makes them stand out a little bit. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of contouring with our Beachfront bronzer that I love. This is another new product that came out in March. There's 3 colors, and this one is Hermosa, and it kind of looks like a baked bronzer. Let me find my brush that I use here. So I like to use bronzer as a contour. I know that it's usually suggested to use more of a matte color for bronzer, but I like to do it this way. It's nice and light, doesn't look super, super dramatic. I'm not trying to look like Kim Kardashian. I want to look like Casey Brinkman. So just put a little on your brush and suck your cheeks in and go from the middle of your ear to about here on your cheeks. I press it versus wipe it because I don't want to wipe my foundation off. So that's the reason for that technique. Contouring is great, especially if you have more of a round face, to really bring attention to the center of your face. We want to really make your eyes stand out, and we want to pull your cheekbones in. So that's what contouring is really great for. So what I do is I do this section. I do along my jawline just a little bit right here. I'm trying to define my features. I just push a little on the sides of my nose. And then I am a little self-conscious about my forehead, so I want to make my forehead look a little shorter. So I go up here into my hairline, around my temples. I'm pushing it into my hairline. You don't want to have weird lines. You just want it to look very natural. So I'm pushing it up here. And I'm going around my temple here. So initially your contouring motion is kind of like a 3, a backwards 3. No, this isn't backwards, this is correct. I obviously don't know my numbers very well. But you're just kind of going like this with it. But I start with my cheeks first. So that's where I put the highlight. You can see. It's not a ton, but it does, you can see it. Then we have a new pressed blusher. I love it. It's so pretty. I have it in Sweet. And what I'm going to do is take my blush brush and I'm going to, again, start from up here and push it down. Push it, not swipe it. And then you want to go like this because you want to cover your cheeks. And then I'm going to do this side. It's a nice natural color. Simple as that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my big fluffy brush and I'm going to blend it all in because obviously I don't want it to be harsh. I'm having a lot of pictures taken for my big day. I don't want there to be harsh lines. I want everything to look very blended, very natural and soft. So I'm just blending this all in. Pushing it into my hairline. Blending, 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 blending. Blending is key. Then your blush and your bronzer don't have harsh lines and you want to blend it on your cheek or your jaw line right here. And there you go. And we have just contoured. Simple as that. So, we've contoured, we've done our eyeshadow, we have our mascara on, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill my brows. I use our eyeliner in Prim. It's a good color for my eyebrows. I have darker brows than my hair, which kind of is a thing, so I'm okay with it. So what I'm going to do is just kind of very lightly kind of go over my brows. I'm not trying to make them any thicker, so to speak. I'm just trying to fill them in a little bit. And I'm not done, so don't worry. So I'm going to go back with a brush and I'm going to brush it out. And that's my dog barking in the background. Okay, so I've went over with my liner, and then I'm just going to kind of push it in. And just give them a little shape. Give them a little oomph. They probably need to be waxed, so I apologize. I'm going to push that in here. You want your brow game to be strong on your big day. And brows, bold brows are coming back, y'all. So don't be afraid to fill them. I was afraid for a long time. I thought, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. But if you go light on it and then you brush it out, you know, you can definitely do it. So there we have our brows filled. Our makeup's on. What's the last step? Our lips. We want to have kissable lips for our big day. And I used our lip gloss in Loveable because I was feeling very lovable. I'm getting married to my very best friend, my soulmate, and I wanted my lips to be completely irresistible, so I used Loveable. It's a pretty, pretty pink. And our lip glosses are awesome. They don't have a weird taste, not that you're licking your gloss, but you know, sometimes it can kind of get into your mouth. It doesn't have a bad taste, and it's not sticky, and it doesn't dry your lips out. It actually feels like it's moisturizing your lips. It stays in place, and I love it. So I just used this color. And I just think that this is a great bridal color. It's a very light. It goes with a great neutral palette, and it stays really well. Looked really, really great in pictures. So there you have it. That was my bridal makeup. Very natural, like I said. And I actually had my husband keep this in his suit jack pocket when we were taking pictures so that I could reapply, because we kept kissing. Like you know, they ask you to keep kissing and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to mess up my lip gloss, but okay, okay. So he just kept it on and I kept reapplying. So that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely check out my website, www.mascarakc.com, if you're wanting to order any of these products. I think this is a great everyday look, but it's also got enough shimmer and enough, you know, with the contouring and everything, that it can be a great special occasion look and really complement any dress or any occasion, any hairstyle, anything like that. So feel free to let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, check out my website, mascarakc.com, and let me know if you have any questions about any of the products. Bye!